Welcome to the wasted world of sports, where the game's just a backdrop for drunken retorts. Rugby league or union, it's all fair play. But it's the banter that steals the show. Hey, 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 hey. Ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the choice. Join us in our world where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. Scrums and tries, they're all well and good, but we're here for the jokes and tank pads. Last from the kickoff to the final whistle blow. We'll take the two and we're ready to go.
Wasted world of sports, eh?
We're here to make some noise.
Oh, he's copped a head right to the nuts. Tedesco's butt crack.
Ahoy!
He's nearly taken security's head off.
Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time.
I have no idea what the wasted world of sports is.
The place, but it's all in jest. With the laugh and the cheer we bring out.
Yes.
No serious.
Ahoy, Wasted World of Sports crew. It is that time again. Friday night footy is here. And what a blockbuster couple of games it promises to be. All starting off with this one. I have been waiting for this one on so many levels as the Raiders take on the Panthers. And then we'll follow it straight up with the Melbourne Storm taking on the Bulldogs. Now, it's safe to say all of these teams will feature in the finals. So this is definitely a preview of finals footy in some capacity. It all comes down to where they finish up. That's all that we have to worry about now. This is a situation of where, not if. What order will they finish in? And these two games tonight featuring these teams will go a long way to deciding that. This is a chance for the Canberra Raiders to just start to prove all the doubters wrong. Now, you might be thinking, man, they're top of the table. What more do they have to do? Well, they have to beat somebody like Penrith when Penrith is starting to just fire and find top gear. That's what they need to do. I've been ragging on the Raiders all season long. As we know, they haven't had a difficult game in about 9 weeks now. Will they be up for it? This is an opportunity for them to gain my respect. Not that that matters to them at all, of course, and nor should it. But I'm just saying, I will start to take them very, very seriously if they come out and put the cleaners through the Panthers here tonight. Quickly, heading over to the chat room before we do a game preview. Well, a bigger game preview. That essentially was one, wasn't it? But no, I have more to talk about for this game. Sheminem, ahoy, mate. How's everybody doing over there in the TikTok chat, in the YouTube chat? Chris Bradley, ahoy. Channel members, I've got to remember to highlight channel members. Ahoy there, Chris Bradley. John Michael, ahoy, mate. Semi Salsa, Burko, ahoy. Bobby, ahoy, mate. Welcome along. Sheminem says Raiders for a big upset. And it will be a very big upset as well. Now, I have highlighted a couple of areas on Wednesday night with the Old Panther in the Generations podcast, which is exclusive on TikTok. Exclusive on YouTube, by the way. Generations with the Old Panther, my dad. And I highlighted to him an area of concern for the Raiders. And that big area of concern, of course, is their right edge defense. I think I said something like 52% of the Raiders' tries this season have been through their right edge defense. And wouldn't you know, guess where the Penrith Panthers are having their most attacking success? That's right. Panthers are running red hot through their left edge attack. Left edge attack versus right edge defense. Good night, nurse. I reckon that Panthers left edge has a field day today against one of the weakest right edge defenses in the competition, which is bizarre to say about a team who's on top of the table. But yeah, their right edge defense is a big, big concern. And with the way that the Panthers left is humming, I've stacked up on Panthers left edge players for this one. Milky Jenkins, Casey McLean, and Luke Garner. Geordie Aussie, ahoy, mate. How you doing? Grace, ahoy there. The Payne Haas defection has started a domino effect with Keon Kalamatangi pledging to the Kangaroos and Utikimanu pledging to Tonga. Well, you know what it is. I wonder if I wonder if Keon Kalamatangi has spotted an opportunity now with Payne in the Haas gone. He could become the guy for the Kangaroos. Smart thinking. Henry, ahoy there, mate. First meeting, ahoy, mate. Oh, hang on. Have you changed your channel name? You're now Meeting Ghosts. Meeting Ghosts. The band changed its name. No longer First Meeting, now called Meeting Ghosts. Definitely sounds like the sort of stuff I would have listened to back in the day. Absolutely. Probably would have had your poster on my wall. Meeting Ghosts. That's no joke, by the way. I used to, back in the day, like the first thing that drew me to a band was the name. For real. If the band didn't have a cool sounding name, it didn't even get further than that. Meeting Ghosts. LV, ahoy, mate. Ghana is such an underrated pick. I know, right? See, I think what's happened is, this is just my theory. I don't know this for any certainty. It just seems like what's happened is Liam Martin used to be the focal point of the Panthers attack when it comes to the second rowers. You would have Liam Martin running off the shoulder, or you would have, or running off the hip, rather, of one of the halves, or you would have him ready for a little grubber kick through into the in goal. And I think what's happened, because you've got to keep changing it up, right? You can't keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. The opposition will start to pick up on it and crack down on it. I reckon what's happened is opposition teams are now all over Liam Martin, and they've put so much focus on Liam Martin that suddenly Luke Garner has just shot to the moon, and suddenly he's one of the premier second rowers in the game. That's what I think's happened. The talent, of course, has always been there, but now he's getting a chance with all the attention, all the defensive attention on Liam Martin. It is Luke Garner's time to shine. Here we go. The Raiders are out onto the field. Kickoff moments away. Oh, I'm excited. Ricky Stuart's on the massage table. Not getting a massage, by the way. He's just hanging out there. He's got his game face on. But it's up to the Raiders players here to have their game face on. Hudson Young, Joe Tapani, Josh Papali'i, big game players. I'm sure they will not be overawed by the occasion. Kyo Weeks is too young to be overawed by the occasion. A slightly different look on the face from Jamal Fogarty than we're used to. The big news, though, of course, from the Panthers, Isaah Yeo returns. He is in the team, albeit through the interchange bench. Here come the Panthers now, running out onto the stadium. We are ready to roll in this one. Panthers, Raiders. Are the Raiders pretenders in 2025? Oh, by the way, John Michael, thank you so much. Your super chat before the stream even started. Thank you so much, buddy. A $14.99 super chat before the stream even began. We thank you very much for your support. And I was reminded by that because Henry over there on TikTok has sent a hand heart, I think that is. Thank you very much, Henry, for the gift over there on TikTok. Very much appreciate all the support. As we always say, not expected, but very much appreciated. NRL Titans 771, ahoy, mate. Thank you very much for the likes. And Henry coming in right on kickoff with 20 more TikToks as the Raiders get us underway. It's Dylan Edwards who gives it off to Moses Leota for the first hit up. Oh, I hope we are excited for this one. All focus for me is on the Canberra Raiders. Are they the real deal? This game will certainly tell us. Big defense from the Green Machine. First up, the Panthers 15 out from their own line, and Papali'i makes half a break. Isaiah Papali'i taken down by big Josh Papa. Lindsay Smith in midfield on tackle for the Panthers. Almost up to the 40. And an early kick here from Nathan Cleary from inside the 40. Space in behind. He just lands it every single time, doesn't he? And it sits up for Kyo Weeks. Do not give this man any space at all, because he will make them pay. The Raiders, their pace, their fitness, that will be the key to their victory, you would think. Randy Marsh, ahoy, mate. Love your work. Thank you very much. Henry, you're going to join YouTube. No worries, mate. See you there. Hudson Young backs up towards the halfway line. Every single time I switch to this screen, nowadays I lose my scoreboard. Don't know what's up with that. That's okay. It's a simple fix. Fifth and last for the Raiders. And a good opening set. Big Red as the kick goes down to Edwards. He takes it nicely at the back. Dylan Edwards certainly hasn't been in his career best form in recent weeks, has he? But I anticipate him to come right when it matters. So both teams through their first sets as To'o goes down the short side. Some showers around the place, apparently. But for the most part, looks pretty dry. Of course, if it rains, advantage Raiders, right? Panthers, one of the teams that really struggle in the wet. Papali here, again in midfield. That's Isaiah. Fifth and last Panthers. 40 out. Back to Cleary. Cleary puts it high. Tester for Savage. Tracking back. Gets the fingertips to it and loses it into the end goal. And he's met by Casey McLean and Luke Garner chasing through. Tackle one for the Raiders. A metre out from their own line. How good, lad. Thank you very much for that gift over on TikTok. Cheers, mate. A pressure set, this one for the Raiders. Panthers can't afford any piggybacks upfield. Sebastian Chris beats the first tackle, but he was flat-footed. Brings it outside the 20. Jarius Henry, ahoy, mate. Hudson Young gets the offload. It's loose, but it sits up nicely for Big Red. And that's an area of the game that they really need to make sure they're on top of here, the Panthers. Another offload. And lucky for them, Weeks, I believe it is, who slips into contact. Fifth and last for the Raiders. They end up on halfway, which is fabulous field position considering where they started that set. As Edwards slips on the in goal. So definitely slippery underfoot. Both teams struggling with their footing early on. Definitely struggle street. Panthers, though, on top early in terms of territory and field position. Well, that's the same thing, isn't it? 2 tackles left in this set as the feeling out process continues. Papali'i now offloads back for Cleary. Now Martin standing out on the right edge. They need to go left, though. Left is where the weakness is. Fifth and last for the Panthers on halfway. That was good work from the Raiders. They're up quickly to put pressure on Cleary. He gets the kick down to Weeks. Weeks drops to the knees to take it and runs it back just outside the 30. This is good field position now for the Raiders. So, a real stalemate to open up here, both teams. The guns are holstered. And it's just a battle up the middle. The Raiders are starting to get their offload game going. That will be danger for the Panthers. 45 out from the line. Here's Tarpany. Halfway through this set. Great field position here for the Green Raiders. The Green Raiders. I'm trying to be nice to them tonight, and I'm just confusing myself. Hudson Young shrugs off too. A big Jonah Lomu rugby-style fend-off. Fifth and last. 30 out. Strange kicks down the short side. Pressure on Edwards at the back. Oh, he's taken it well. Dylan Edwards. 10 metres out from their own line. The Panthers, neither side giving an inch at the moment. Panthers, expansive play in their own 10. Risky business. King James, ahoy, mate. Yeah, I got all tongue-tied there because I usually... Oh, they've come up with the first mistake of the game, have the Panthers. The wet weather claims its first victim. The ball bobbles out, and Big Red has it ripped away by Dylan Edwards. No advantage, so we come back for the original knock on. Big Red and Dylan Edwards now going toe-to-toe. He's not happy about having the ball ripped away from him. So there's the first mistake. It's Casey McLean as the Panthers look to spread the ball from inside their own 10. And Tom Starling with the hit right under the ball in the breadbasket. It spills free. And here comes the first opportunity of the game. The Raiders a full set of 6, 10 metres out. Big Papali'i, 10 metres out in front of the post. This would be a dream start for the Raiders as they look left. Starling, a 6 again. Big Red now carries it to within 5. Slow play the ball again. Fogarty shows it inside once. Now gives it to Tapane. The Panthers defense holding firm. Just to the left of the post here. Tapane plays it 5 out. Starling onto Fogarty. The inside ball again, this time for Timoko. Offloads, back for Starling. Starling still in front of the post, thinks about the kick. Fires the pass over for Chris. Sebastian Chris straightens. And he's taken down a couple of meters out. Crash ball now for Big Red. Spins away from one. Moses Leota's got that ball wrapped up. A meter short here, the Raiders. Loose pass goes in behind Fogarty and it's knocked on by Kyo Weeks. What a let-off this is for the Panthers. So both teams now have succumbed to the wet weather. Rocky, 11333. Ahoy, mate. Over there on the Twitch. Mark O'Brien on the Facebook. Ahoy, mate. Grace, ahoy there. Go the mighty Panthers. Harp Fit, ahoy, mate. Darius Henry, of course. Muhammad, ahoy, mate. Let's go. Panthers get the scrum and straight up the middle goes Brian To'o. To'o in space. He's up over halfway. Edwards looms up in support, but he's forced back in field. 25 out, a clean line break by Brian To'o. Panthers with front foot ball now. Talangi. On it goes to Garner. Garner can't get the ball free. Panthers now 20 metres out from the line. Have the ball ripped out by Fogarty. That will be the first penalty of the game. Jamal Fogarty with the cheeky little hand and wedges it out. Brian To'o from his own 10 breaks it up over halfway. But you're not going to run length of the field against this Raiders team. You're just not. They're too quick. They had him tracked down. Brother Nico, thank you very much for the gifts over there on TikTok. Very much appreciate it. Isaiah Papali'i, 5 out from the line on play 1. Leota now from a standing start. Bends the line. 5 metres out the Panthers. Garner, inside ball for Papali'i to go again. Isaiah Papali'i, a metre out right in front of the post. Set restart for the Panthers. Here's Cleary now, inside for Tungo. They're attacking the right a lot. Left is where it's at, boys. Left. Left. That's where the tries are. Smith on the crash ball and a penalty right out in front for high contact. Gift 2 points if they want it. Gift 2-pointer. It's right out in front. 2 points on offer here for the Panthers to start the scoring if they want it. Panthers giving away, Raiders giving away a couple of penalties here early on in the piece. And they've already had a caution now for Jamal Fogarty as the Panthers tap and go. It was a gift, 2 points. They're not interested. They want more. A couple of meters out. Here's Smith inside to Papali'i again. It's the exact play that we saw. 5 meters out. Tungo on the inside line once more. Half a meter out here on play 3. Panthers. To Smith. Cleary. The double pump out the back for Talangi. Talangi dummies. And he is reeled in by Zach Hosking. 4 tackles down here for the Panthers. Cleary, short ball for Kenny. Kenny dumped on his back. 5th and last now, Panthers. They go right. They're up quickly on Cleary. He goes out the back for Edwards. Tungo can't get the ball free. They were surely offside here, the Raiders. But that's a handover. The defense survives its first little test. Interesting. The Panthers had an opportunity. Ricky Stuart, his team held firm. They probably should have taken the 2 there. Take the 2. Get yourself on the board. Come back and go again. Will that come back and hurt them? A kick here on play 3. Finding space in behind Edwards. It sits up for him. 20 out from the line. Edwards returns it to the 30. An early kick here from Jamal Fogarty, taking them by surprise. Taking me by surprise. I was still fiddling about with the scoreboard. This is a very Panthers-like game plan from the Raiders. Kicking early, kicking long, backing the defense. Here's To'o. To'o made the clean line break last time. This time, he bends the line. He's taken down just over halfway. Deflects off the Raiders. This will be 6 more tackles. On halfway, the Panthers can reset. Starting to get well on top here. In terms of territory, are the Panthers. Kenny runs from dummy half, and he's got Papali'i running with him. 25 out. Kenny goes again. Cleary with the inside ball for Leota. Leota goes straight at Big Red, and Corey Horsburgh holds on. So, ahoy there. Talungi down that left edge. This is where they need to go. Short ball to Casey McLean. Well brought down by Matt Timoko. Halfway through the set here, the Panthers. Cleary, cut out pass to Smith in midfield. Edwards ducks under 1 tackle. 5 meters out. 2 tackles left in this set for the Panthers. Still looking the right edge. Cleary grubbers in behind. Looks for Liam Martin, but it sits up for KO Weeks. Goal line dropout incoming. Panthers. Well, I said earlier the guns were holstered. The guns are very much not holstered now. The Panthers are starting to open up, but the Raiders' defense has all the answers. What a start to this game. Fogarty goes long with the restart. It bounces up on halfway. Papali'i traps it with the boot. And Isaiah winds up. 30 meters out from the line, the Panthers reload. And they try again here. Set restart on play 1. Smith steps inside Starling. Starling making a nuisance of himself, racing up out of that defensive line. Leota crashes onto the ball, and he takes on Big Papa. So in the last 2 carries, Big Moses Leota's taken on Corey Horsburgh and Big Papa. Cleary, dummy, steps off the left, taken around the headgear, gets up and goes again. A meter out here, the Panthers. Crash ball for Isaiah Papali'i. They hold him up and drive him back into the field of play. Panthers are close. A meter out. Kenny onto Talungi. It's a loose pass. Talungi looks to grub her through. It's play on. Casey McLean dives on the loose ball and gets the first try. It was loose in the end goal. The Raiders failed to clean up, and the Panthers finally break them. And it's down that left edge. Casey McLean gets the first tick off the multi. And the Panthers' first try. Tickety-tick. Let's have a look at that on the replay. Blaze Talungi, he got a poor pass from Mitch Kenny. Had to reach behind. Bobbled it. Does well to hold on. But he ran out of options. Tries to grub a kick through. Deflects off the Raiders. Casey McLean dives on the ball on the deck. Rolls over the try line. 4 points to 0. Panthers lead with the kick to come. What a start this has been, though. This is finals footy written all over it. The Panthers, they needed to score there because they knocked back that early shot at 2 points. Casey McLean, first try, first tick off our multi. Panthers 4, Raiders 0, kick to come. Colin, ahoy mate. William Daniel, ahoy mate. Letitia Potter, ahoy. And Youngie over there on TikTok, ahoy mate. As Nathan Cleary lines this one up. 15 metres out. Equally about 15 in from touch. Nails it with his first shot. Casey McLean scores. Nathan Cleary converts. 15 minutes gone. Panthers up 6-0. And most importantly, one tick off the multi. Oh, what a start. This feels like finals footy. And it's not going to stop because after this, we have got coming up Melbourne Storm versus the Bulldogs. So it doesn't stop. All the action continues. 6 points to 0, 16 minutes gone. Raiders get us back underway. Fogarty sends it deep. Leota winds up. Big Bozers into Big Papa. Boom, stalemate, but he spins away and brings it out to the 20. Maintained his feet after getting hit. Early shift now from the Panthers. Talungi onto McLean. Again, they go left. They're not afraid to throw the ball around in these conditions here, the Panthers. 40 out from their own line. Here's Garner. Dummies. He's taken down just short of halfway on play 4. Edwards to Smith. Now numbers out to the right. Tungo puts the sidestep on. Ducks under the defense of Sebastian Chris. 40 metres out from the Raiders line. 5th and last. Over on that right edge. Cleary puts the ball high. Panthers racing through to put pressure on Weeks. Weeks takes it. Weeks gets away from the first tackle. Steps back in field and Kenny brings him down. Rosie boy, ahoy mate. I copied your multi, hey? Nice. Oh, well, hey, fingers crossed. Well, you would know that it's a big one. So, a nice early tick for Casey McLean. I'll tell you what, it's actually Xavier Savage that concerns me tonight. I reckon all the others hit, and it'll be Savage that lets me down as Hosking offloads in midfield. Here they come, the Raiders. Watch Xavier Savage score the next try now that I've said that. 6-0, though, the Panthers lead for the time being. 17 gone. 5th and last for the Raiders. Tarpanay taken down inside their own 40 still. Only 25 metres off that set. Fogarty from inside the 40. Straight over the head of Edwards. Bounces up in the end goal. What a kick from Fogarty. And Edwards will bring it back 15 out. They should have been a lot further upfield than that, but what a kick. Jamal Fogarty. To'o's had a strong start to the night. A clean line break already. And he's bending the line with every single carry. Early kick now from Cleary from just outside his own 30. He sends it over the head of Weeks, and it bounces into the end goal. Weeks collects it, and he'll return it to the 15. It's the battle of the... Although he gets on the outside of Martin. He's got support, but To'o doesn't fall for the dummy. 25 out. What a great kick return there from Kyo Weeks. They can't give him any space at all. He'll make them pay. But it's interesting. We've seen Fogarty kick early. We saw Cleary then immediately reply with a kick on tackle 3. Both halfbacks looking to give their forwards the upper hand here as Hudson Young down the short side, taken on halfway, 5th and last. 6-0, the Panthers lead. Fogarty from the halfway line, sends it high. Edwards is under it. 10 out from his own line. He takes it. He winds up. And the Panthers will start the set 25 out from their own try line. To'o back Gives it to Jenkins in midfield. Milky steps off the left. Was taken up around the shoulders there. No call from the referee. So it was obviously okay. On play 3. The action feels like it hasn't really stopped here. What a game it's been. 20 minutes into the game. As Edwards now dummies. Takes it up over halfway. 5th and last. Cleary. Kicks high. Kicks long. Weeks backs up. Takes it a metre out from his own try line and winds up. They're not going to give him any space this time. Moses, Leota, Lindsay Smith. And a third Panther in there to make the hit. They're not going to give him an inch after that last kick return especially. That was the wake-up call. That last kick return, that was the wake-up call to the Panthers. Do not give this guy a sniff. Elijah, ahoy there, mate. Go Panthers. Chris Bradley says commentators curse for sure. Heart fit, if only the Raiders can be the Raiders of the late 80s and early 90s. As they look to milk a penalty here. And Isaah Yeo, here he comes. Isaah Yeo, 20 minutes into the game. He's up and wandering down the sideline. 5th and last, Fogarty puts the high, swirling kick up. This is a tester for Edwards. He lets it bounce, and he takes it on the bounce, a metre out from his own try line, and then gets on the outside of Strange. Strange collars him down. Oh, Dylan Edwards was having no part of that Matt Burton special by Jamal Fogarty. Trying to force the mistake, trying to turn things around here for the Raiders. Oh, he's good. What a good pickup for Manly next season, right? Oh, the Raiders are going to miss him terribly. Terribly. Down the left edge, Talungi steps off the left boot. Brings it outside the 40, looking for a quick play the ball. Can't get it away. It's very slow, and here's Isaah Yeo. His first carry. He takes it up over halfway, 5th and last. Cleary on halfway. Does he return serve? No, a traditional end-over-end kick. Easy take of the back for Savage. But they're on him, giving him no space. 15 metres out from their own line, the Raiders. DJ Shaq, ahoy, mate. The last time that these two teams met at full strength, it was a close first half, and the Panthers ran away with it in the second. Will we see something similar here? Tackle 4 for the Raiders as they approach the halfway line. Big Red goes out the back for Fogarty. Now Weeks injects the pace into the line. Brings it 40 out. 5th and last. Front football. Plays it to nobody. Scrappy ball here for Fogarty, who steps off the left. Finds some space out of nowhere. Dinks it in behind Milky Jenkins. And Jenkins has to do a lot of work to get back in the field of play, but he does. Oh, it got Ricky excited. Ricky got very excited there. He was up out of the seat. Charging down the sideline himself, Ricky. Tough set, this one for the Panthers. 4 players gone. Just outside their own 30, or they're still inside, actually. Wayne Stretch, ahoy, mate. Cleary onto To'o. To'o from a rather standing start. He's not going to break through Big Red. 5th and last. Kenny fires it over to Cleary from his own side of halfway. Tries to put it in behind Savage. Savage takes it on the full. Savage winds up, and he's copped one here, Xavier Savage. He's going to stay down and milk it. Oh, no. He's up. Good on him. Good on him. Oh, Savage is still down. Okay, I take it all back. No, no! Xavier Savage looks like he's done his shoulder. And that could be the end of the multi. Well, I did say that Savage would be the one that let me down. But in his defense, a busted shoulder can't really be helped, can it? Oh, Savage is still in back play with the trainer on Struggle Street. 5th and last here. Fogarty puts it high. Oh, that's a monster of a kick. Big pressure on Edwards. Takes it well. Ah, because they're offside. The Panthers They were offside. And it's a penalty to the Raiders. Xavier Savage still with the trainer in back play. Obstructing the kick chase is what the penalty is for. Yep, it's Isaiah Papali'i. That cheeky little step to the left. They love to do it, the Panthers, don't they? That cheeky little step left. Oh, Xavier Savage is out of play. And the Raiders go. They're a metre out. Starling. Inside crash ball for Tapani. Play 2. A metre out. Here come the Raiders. Slow play the ball. Oh, Tapani's trying to milk a penalty, I think. Fogarty goes right. Short ball for Hosking. Hosking wraps it up. Make sure that he doesn't lose it. Set restart now for the Raiders. Fogarty, inside ball. And here's Mariota. Taken down just to the right of the post. Panthers defense being tested. There's gaps here to the left. Fogarty finds it. Gives it off to Big Red. And that is another set restart. Savage is back in the attacking line. Yes. Xavier Savage is back in the attacking line. Mariota off the back of another set restart. Held just to the left of the post. A couple of meters out. Darling, left for Fogarty. Strange, onto Chris. Chris steps off the left boot. Looking to get the arms free. Sebastian Chris. Taken down just a couple of meters out. Big Red winds up. A trick play is read by the Panthers. A trick play. A dummy from dummy half. And they've come up with a mistake now, the Raiders. I think Hudson Young off the back of, well, it was either a trick play or just a complete mistake. Jacob McAndrew, ahoy there. TI-23, ahoy. Colin says, I bet if Raiders score its first, they'll keep scoring. The Panthers should give them a margin in the first half. 13.5 to go in this opening 40 minutes. Xavier Savage is back in play. Heel fries, ahoy, mate. I wonder what happened to him. Edwards, as they race up quick on the outside. Edwards straightens the attack. Isaah Yeo loses the ball. Big Red Corey Horsburgh scoops it up on 0 tackle. And we often ask the question, when an injured player comes back and they're rushed into the squad, how's the match fitness? Isaah Yeo coming up with an uncharacteristic mistake, giving the Raiders another opportunity. Tackle 2 now for the Raiders. 10 meters out from the line in midfield. Starling onto Tapani. Straightens. Flick pass out the back to nobody. Starling scoops it up. Big Red from a standing start. Still threatening Big Red. He's close. He's half a meter out. Right in front of the sticks. Starling out the back for Fogarty. Crash ball for Hudson Young. 2 left here for the Raiders. Mariota, the decoy. Fogarty out the back to Big Red. Weeks in the line. Onto Timoko, and Timoko's crunched in the tackle. 5th and last. Fogarty now grubbers in behind. There's nobody back here for the Panthers. Edwards gets across. Edwards beats the tackle, and he's back in the field of play. Steps around Mariota. And what a kick return from Dylan Edwards. Oh, he hasn't been in the best of form. And now a shift out to Isaac Tungo, going very close to the sideline. Plants the ball back, but he's lost it. Another mistake here from the Panthers. Isaac Tungo realized he was in threat from that sideline. Dumps the ball back into the field of play. Amazing effort that by Dylan Edwards. The Panthers, the mistakes are creeping in. Well, Isaac Tungo, if he had have just held onto the ball, probably would have got a penalty there for being dragged over after momentum had stopped. But he hit the panic button. Strange steps off the left boot, puts the fend on Liam Martin, but he's taken down around the legs by Mitch Kenny. 20 metres out from the line here, the Raiders. He's been quiet so far, Ethan Strange. That could have been his moment to open up. 10 from the line, Fogarty to Weeks. Weeks takes them on. Tackle 3, 10 metres out. Darling down the short side for Timoko. Spins into the tackle. 2 left here for the Raiders, a metre out. Crash ball, and over the line goes Tapani. And Joseph Tapani scores the try. The crash ball has done it. And it doesn't matter who you're playing, whether you're playing the Storm, the Raiders, or the Titans. If you give the opposition this much territory and this much offense in a short period of time, you're liable to get busted open. And that's exactly what the Panthers did there. The Raiders have been down in the red zone for the past, 7 or 8 minutes straight. And they've had to work for every little inch for that try. But they get there in the end, busting through Sorensen. Doesn't get it down straight away, but eventually he falls over. King James, ahoy, mate. Oh, 6 points to 4, kick to come, and Tapani, after that try, is straight off the field for a rest. Which just goes to show how hard they had to work for that try. Well, I've got to say, it all started for the Panthers once Isaah Yeo came onto the field. We were talking about how when they rush players back, any team, not just the Panthers, any team, if you rush players back into the starting squad, are they going to be match fit? Isaah Yeo dropped that ball and then the rot set in. Since that dropped ball from Isaah Yeo, it's been all Raiders as Fogarty puts it down the middle. And with 8 minutes to go until half-time, a half that was initially dominated by the Panthers has seen the Raiders hit back 6 apiece. Odd Poppet, ahoy, mate. Half-time approaches. Tries for Casey McLean, and now Joe Tapane. Panthers get us back underway. And Mariotta from the back fence. Whoops. I don't know what I clicked there, but it wasn't what I meant to. I think we're all good, though, as the Raiders get the penalty. I think. Oh, he's lost the ball. There's no penalty. The Raiders have dropped the ball on tackle 2, the first set after points. I thought there was a penalty there for high contact because I saw the hand around the face. But it's been called a knock on, a loose carry. And here they come now, the Panthers, a chance to hit straight back and open it up again. Scrum is going to go down 20 metres out, 10 in from touch. Cleary out the back to Edwards as they shift left. Here's Casey McLean. McLean puts on the gas, and Casey McLean gets a double. It took them one play off the back of a mistake, and Casey McLean's got a double. The Panthers, oh, what a backbreaker. What a backbreaker. The Panthers came up with mistake after mistake after mistake, and the Raiders, 9 minutes of grind and hard work to get a try to level the score. They drop the ball 2 plays later, and the Panthers score off the first play off the back of the scrum, and it's down that left edge. They got open field play against that Raiders right edge defense, and Casey McLean just blitzes them. 10 points to 6 with the kick to come. Savage backing up, turns his back, and he had too much pace on the outside. Forget about it. Oh, what a backbreaker that is for the Raiders. Honestly, like 9 minutes of just hard muscle grind to get themselves back into this contest, finally break the line, and they've just thrown it away like that. That's a real backbreaker. Honestly, it's lucky for the Raiders that it's 6 minutes to go until the halftime break, because, boy, if there were any longer left, I reckon the Panthers get another one on the back of that. That is real backbreaking stuff. How do the Raiders respond? This will answer a lot of questions. As Cleary from the sideline pushes it off to the right. It's hooking back, but not enough. And it remains 10 points to 6. No, stay hunky. Ahoy, mate. This is out at Mudgee. Glen Willow Oval. Out at Mudgee. $10 points to 6. 6 minutes to go until the halftime break. You know how teams have to have at least one regional game a season? Nobody knew, basically. Nobody could have expected that this would be a top 4 clash, basically. Even though I know that the Panthers are just outside the top 4. But nobody could have predicted this would be a top 4 clash. So they gave it to... they gave their regional game to the Raiders. I wonder if there's a lot of regret over that decision, because there's money being left on the table, right? An early shift here, and Edwards has his head taken off by Ethan Strange. The Panthers are going to piggyback upfield. Oh, DJ Shaq, you're right, mate. They could still jag another one. Cleary finds touch on halfway. Ethan Strange, as a second ball goes onto the field. Finding touch just over halfway. Here's Liam Martin now. Charges into contact. 5 minutes to go until the break. Can they get another one here, the Panthers? Yeo at first receiver, gives it to Cleary. Dummies inside once, gives it this time to Garner. 30 metres out from the line. Sorensen to Yeo. Yeo starting to get into the game. Cleary to Edwards. They've got a 3-on-2. And To'o in space. Steps back in field. 10 metres out from the line. Brian To'o goes down. 2 tackles left. Edwards at first receiver. Dummies. Spins. A metre out from the line. 5th and last. Oh, this is a huge moment in the game. Yeo's the decoy. Cleary kicking. Looking for Milky Jenkins. Jenkins loses it. Oh, Jenkins won the battle in the air, but he spills it over the line. Jenkins should have had our second tick off the multi. The Raiders get given a gift. 4 minutes to go until the break. Given an absolute gift. Savage still injured, of course. Kex, ahoy there, mate. Top 4, here we come. Oh, early days, early days. 3.5 minutes to go until the break, and still a whole half of footy left, Kex. And, of course, you've got to rely on the Warriors to lose. Raiders now. With Weeks. Weeks with the flick pass to Timoko. Timoko back inside for Hosking. Savage is calling for it, but Hosking steps back in field. 5th and last. 25 out front football, though, for the Raiders. Timoko kicks in behind the line. It sets up for Edwards. Edwards spills it, but he lost it sideways. Play on. Panthers have it a metre out. And there we go. The Raiders have just shown what they're capable of. Oh, Kex, I didn't realize you're a Sharks supporter. Okay. Well, in that case, you need Penrith to lose this game, and also the Warriors to keep losing as well. And the Sharks need to, start winning. That would help. Fifth and last now, Cleary pumps the kick upfield, taken on the fall, and it looks like the Raiders, they've held in there, and they're going to have last say in this half. Penalty now. High tackle by Isaah Yeo. Oh, don't tell me that was against Big Red Corey Horsburgh. That'd be frustrating. Freon, shout out to Hoy mate. Doing very well, thanks, buddy. How are you? Fogarty finds touch up over halfway, and the Raiders will get the last say of the first half. And they've passed their first test of character. That was a real backbreaker, that try by Casey McLean, that second one. They've hung in there, the Raiders. Horsburgh goes out the back for Fogarty. Dummies. Makes a half break. 25 out. Tackle 2. Back into midfield they go. Short ball to Mariota. 15 out. Right in front of the post. Starling goes to Weeks. Weeks with the in and away. Links up with Hosking. Hosking can't break through the defense. They're a metre out, though, with 2 tackles left. Fogarty, Grubbers in behind. There's nobody at the back for the Panthers. Cleary spills it. And Liam Martin just gets there in the nick of time. Pats on the back all around for the Raiders, but I think you'll find Liam Martin's got there. It goes up as no try. Nathan Cleary fails to clean up. Dylan Edwards caught out of position again. He's tracking across. Thinks Nathan Cleary's got it covered. Cleary spills it. And Liam Martin grounds it just in the nick of time. John Michael, that Napolitana gnocchi pasta with the rich tomato sauce went down an absolute treat. Oh, very nice. You got to love Italian food. You've got to love Italian food. Goal line dropout incoming here as Liam Martin saves the day for the Panthers. Still a minute to play. 10 points to 6 in the opening half. Nathan Cleary sends it long. Fogarty on the bounce, on halfway, gives it to Big Red. Big Red beats the first tackle. And he's held up in midfield, 40 metres out from the line. Inside the last minute. They'll get a few more tackles here, but they're a long way out, the Raiders. 30 metres out from the line. Starling onto Fogarty. Fogarty goes outside to Strange. Strange runs straight over the top of Cleary, but he's taken down by Liam Martin and Tungo. They'll get the full set in here, the Raiders. Still 30 seconds to go. Weeks onto Timoko. Timoko back to Weeks on the wraparound. Here's the try for Savage. He loses it into touch. Oh, Xavier Savage had the line beckoning. It was wide open, but he can't grasp it. It wasn't a great pass, in fairness, but there was another opportunity created by the Raiders. Oh, he should have taken it, though. Savage obviously still favouring that injured arm. As the halftime siren sounds, the Panthers have held on. 10 points to 6 at the break. Now, I was talking about previous games between these two, right? Previous games between these two. In the first half, it was very, very close. And in the second half, the Panthers just opened them up and blitzed them. And we've seen another tight, tense battle in the first half. I just want to go back to that game, if I can find it again. Looks like I can't find it again. But anyway, it was something like, 14 points to 6 at the halftime break in favor of the Panthers. Very, very similar looking scoreline. And full time that day, I think the Panthers won like 53 points to 8 or something ridiculous like that. Boydie, thank you very much for the 6 roses over there on TikTok. Cheers, mate. Michelle, ahoy. William Daniel, ahoy, mate. Stay hunky, says Michelle's in the chat, everybody. What? I don't know if you're warning them or are you warning everybody or just letting them know? John Michael, cheers, mate. Your support, very much appreciated. Rocky 11333 needed Savage to score. It was a poor pass, but he probably still should have taken it, and the line was open. He still had a little bit of work to do, so it's not like a complete bombed try. But still, he should have taken it and probably would have got there. Oh, that injury to Savage has definitely hurt the chances here in the multi. It really has. Oh, boy. Jai Marshall, ahoy, mates. Watching the game on KO Sports. Neutralizer, ahoy, mate. Back in your Raiders. Yeah, fair enough. But there's still 40 minutes to play, Neutralizer, but I've got to say, that opening 40 minutes, the Raiders, they're earning my respect tonight. Okay, so Xavier Savage, basically what happened, there was a kick put down, he took it on the full, he winds up and he charges it back into the Panthers' defense, and you could actually hear him through the microphone on the ground. He just, oh! And I thought he got taken high because of the noise. I thought he was screaming out, appealing for a high contact penalty. And I said, I'll watch him stay down here and milk for the penalty. But no, he got up, and credit to him, he got up and he played the ball straight away, and he went straight back down, clutching at his shoulder. Somewhere around, shoulder or upper arm. So he busted something, and he's clearly not 100%. Clearly not 100%, because, he dropped that pass. It wasn't a good pass, but it still should have been taken. So he's not looking very healthy out there. He was down in back play with the trainer for a few minutes. But he stayed out there trying to get it through. Trying to get through. I am Neptune 57. You caught McLean 2 tries for $16. Yeah, nice. Yep. Now, the game hasn't gone exactly the way I fully anticipated it so far. But for those who might have caught the Wednesday night special with the old Panther and I did say load up on the Panthers' left edge. So the Panthers' left edge for 3+ tries. Sounds like you went similar. I am Neptune. 2 for Casey McLean. I said load up, 3+, Panthers' left edge, Jenkins, McLean, and Luke Garner. Stay hunky. Welcome along, mate. If I haven't said so already, I'm pretty sure I have, though. Oberon, ahoy, mate. Double underscore says, I think both games today will be a low scorers, but hopefully the game opens up second half. Well, yeah, double underscore. I was telling the story earlier about the last time that these two teams met when they were both at full strength. And it was very, very close at halftime, a very similar scoreline. I think the Panthers were up 14-8 or 14-6. Very similar looking scoreline. And it completely opened up in the second half. The Panthers went on an absolute blitz. And I think they almost put 50 on them that day. DJ Dunn, ahoy, mate. You worry about Ricky Stuart's blood pressure. He will be salty. He always is, though, so I think his body is used to it. I'd be more worried about Ricky if he wasn't complaining, to be perfectly honest. That's when I would get concerned. XJC, ahoy, mate. You tipped the Raiders. Oh, well, plenty of time to go. Plenty of time left. Oh, God, don't get me started on AJ's try-scoring record. Oh, boy. Boy, oh, boy. Boydie, Waste to Water Sports, is live on YouTube, live on Twitch, live on Facebook, and live on TikTok. Jaden loves Zoe. It won't be voided, no. He's gone on for too long. He played the whole half, so the only time that they typically void these bets, unless they're feeling really, really generous, the only time that they void these bets is if it happens in the first 10 to 15 minutes of a game. So, yeah, I think we are stuck with this multi. And hopefully Xavier Savage does carry on, but I can't imagine that he will. I reckon Ricky Stuart is a smart enough coach to have realized that, yes, that wasn't a great pass, but he clearly can't offer 100% at the moment. He still shouldn't have dropped it. He dropped it cold, basically. It was a poor pass. It was in behind him, but it was still up around the chest. Should have been an easy take. But with that injured shoulder, that bung arm, I think he's broken, and he probably needs to come up. Selfishly, for those who have him in our multi, selfishly, we want him to play on, but he can't really. If they've got an option on the bench, and they do, I can see that Simi Sasangi is there, so I should imagine he gets the run in the second half. Ricky Stewart's a smart coach, and he will put player welfare at the forefront. We know that about Ricky. He will put the player welfare at the forefront and bring him off the field, I reckon. So, Burko says Ricky is mad when they are winning. Exactly why, Burko, I would be concerned about Ricky Stuart only if he had nothing to whinge about. I don't think his body would be able to handle it. Felix says, so the bet continues, but don't count Savage. Exactly right, yeah. Exactly right. If you've got the bet, what's it called? Same game multi bet cover, where if one leg fails, you get your bonus bet money back. They'll still count the other three, and you'll get your bonus bet back. William Daniel says at this stage of the season, got to rest him if he truly is injured. 100%. 100%. They don't care for our same game multis. Do I think Morgan Smithies scored that try? No. No. But body language tells me a lot, and Morgan Smithies was just not interested in the slightest. So, Felix, when's the last time I won a same game multi? Last weekend. Emmanuel Vincent, ahoy, mate. How are you tonight? Channel member, Emmanuel Vincent. So 10 points to 6 at the halftime break. And we've got coming up the Storm versus the Bulldogs. Now, I still haven't put a multi on for that game. I've got to try and figure that out at some point. That's going to be another great game coming up here on the Wasted World of Sports. Let's see. It hasn't been confirmed, by the way, that Xavier Savage is ruled out. I'm just letting you know that it's a huge possibility. Huge possibility. NRL fan 25, ahoy. Ah, nice. Emmanuel Vincent, a family reunion tomorrow. Very cool. You got big screens set up. Nice, nice. Well, that'll be a good lot of fun. I mean, as long as your family gets along, right? As long as the family all gets along, it'll be fun, and you're putting the footy on. Unfortunately, there's not that many good games tomorrow, is there? Tomorrow's lineup's pretty average. Although the Titans, oh man, I'll tell you what, I'm nervous for the Warriors tomorrow. I know that they're only playing the Titans, but the Titans just find a way against the Warriors. I would be very, very nervous for the Warriors tomorrow. Okay, Storm Bulldogs. Cameron Munster still at fullback. Marcelo Montoya's back for the Bulldogs. There we go. Okay, well, one of my talking points in the next game would have been, I'm sure that Melbourne will get a situation where Xavier Coates is one-on-one in the air against Anari Tuala. So Cameron Ciraldo pulled the Swifty and he's put Montoya in. Anari Tuala drops out. So that takes that advantage away from the Melbourne Storm. I dare say Xavier Coates will still probably get one. But yeah, that's interesting. They've watched back the footage of Tuala in the air and said, we can't have that. We can't risk this. This is an absolute clear-cut mismatch, and we can't risk it. Get Montoya back out there. If he's fit to go, get him out there. Still, we've got 40 minutes of this game to get through first. 10 points to 6 at the halftime break. Panthers over the Raiders. 2 tries for Casey McLean. Stephen Peake. Warriors have to break that hoodoo against the Titans. And Knights to beat the Broncos. Robin says up the Penrith. Haynes Stainton says get Savage off. Well, Savage will most likely be off. Haynes Stainton, he screwed up his arm there in that first half, of course. I can't imagine that he comes back out. William Daniel says Harry Grant to score. They'll be wise to Harry tonight. They'll be wise to Harry tonight, I reckon. He'll still have a strong game, but we'll see. Sammy Salsa, Panthers need 20 more. Panthers need 20 more points. 30-14, final score, Panthers win. They need 20 more points. Have you got a bet on, Semi? Second half is underway, and the Panthers get us started. A great kickoff into the end goal, and Mariota winds up here for the Raiders. Straight into the action, 10 points to 6. The Raiders hanging tough with the Panthers at the moment. Trying to throw a spanner into the works. Now, the last time that these two teams met at full strength, we talked about it. We said that the Panthers ran away with it in the second 40. We'll see what happens here. The Raiders now up towards their own 40-meter line on play 4. NRL Fan 25 says it'll be a low-scoring game. We'll see. We'll see. 40 minutes left. Mariota tackled on halfway, 5th and last. Fogarty puts it high. Oh, that's a good kick again from Fogarty. Jenkins gets under it, and Jenkins takes it. What a revelation he's been. Milky Jenkins. What a season he's having. Okay. The official word on Xavier Savage is, of course, he is done. Ruled out with a shoulder injury, so of course we already knew that, but it's now been made officially official. Xavier Savage ruled out with a shoulder injury. That's his night done. So we've got to rely on the other 3 as Cleary now kicks in behind on play 4. Nobody at home here for the Raiders. Weeks comes flying across. surrenders in the end goal. And that'll be a goal line dropout. Beautiful heads-up play there from Cleary. He spotted nobody back at home there for the Raiders. He lands it perfectly. And Isaah Weeks had the pace. But the Panthers, the kick chase was perfect, and they keep him pinned inside the goal line. Fogarty goes deep with the restart, taken by Cleary. And he has got winding up here Liam Henry as Simi Sasangi officially on the field for the second half. Sorensen straightens the attack, heads back towards the posts. 20 meters out. Panthers through Yeo now. Yeo catches Mariota, unbalanced. 10 meters out, right in front of the post. Cleary, inside ball for Henry. Tackle 4, inside the 10. Kenny fires it out to the left for Yeo. Now Cleary, short ball for Garner, who spins out of the first tackle. They're a meter out here, fifth and last. Cleary with the crossfield kick, looking for Liam Martin, who gets up above and takes it. Liam Martin gets the ball down to score. Oh, you're kidding me. Liam Martin's back. And the Panthers lead 14-6 with the kick to come. What a red-hot start to the second half here for the Panthers. Nathan Cleary started it all. He found nobody at the back for the Raiders, put the kick in, set it up nicely, forces the goal line dropout, and they've scored on the very next set. The kick for Liam Martin wins the battle in the air, fights his way through 2 Raiders defenders to get the ball to ground. 14 points to 6, the kick to come. The Panthers have got a little bit of breathing room. What a start to the second half. Darcy Leno, ahoy there, mate. Oh, Liam Martin. I was tossing it up too. Liam Martin or Luke Garner. Who do I put in? Well, they've been going to Garner all year. They've gone back to what they know. Gamer Mel, ahoy there. Nathan Cleary lines up the conversion from right beside the posts. Puts it over, and the Panthers lead 16 points to 6. Water on Twitch. Ahoy there, mate. Go the mighty Panthers. 4 minutes gone in the second half. Panthers on a roll. King James, thank you very much for the tiny. And Boydie, thank you very much for the rose over there on TikTok. I'm a little late to the party on that one. I apologize, but I've seen it now. Cheers there, mate. Storm versus Bulldogs coming up after this one. And the Rugby Championship also continues this weekend. Coming up here on the Wasted World of Sports. 16-6, the Panthers lead. 5 gone in the second half. The Raiders, you just see they've shifted gears now defensively. Trying to force that mistake. Get themselves back into the contest. Cleary to Edwards. The early shift now on play 2. Out to Tungo. They show him the sideline again. Tungo holds onto the ball this time. 30 out from their own line. Edwards back into midfield for Henry. 2 tackles left this set for the Panthers. Yeo takes it to the line. Head down, bum up, straight. 5th and last. Cleary gets the kick away. Backing up is Weeks. Weeks takes it a meter out from his own try line. Winds up. Isaah Weeks taken down just outside the 10. But he's had a solid game, Weeks. They haven't given him too much space. The one time that they did, he nearly opened them up, and he should have had a try assist. Xavier Savage, though, not able to hold onto the ball. It wasn't the perfect pass, but what a difference that would have made to things. Especially with the Panthers striking early in the second. Horsburgh offloads for Hoskin. Hoskin Met hard by Blaze to Lungy. 2 tackles left here in this set. Raiders heading across field. They need to go back to running straight. Get their offload game working. That's what kept them in it in that first half. 5th and last. Or Fogarty to pull out a 40-20. Fogarty gets good purchase on this. Taken on the fall, though, by Brian To'o, who had dropped back nicely. Beats the first tackle, To'o, but Ethan Strange brings him down. 30 out from their own line, the Panthers. Here's Tungo. Takes on Mariotta. Scaife, 97. Ahoy, mate. No, Jerome Hughes is not back yet for the Melbourne Storm. Munster still playing fullback. Wishart in the 7. Pezzett in the 6. Cleary kicks again on tackle 4. Finding space in behind. Bounces it into touch on the 10-metre line. Nathan Cleary, he wanted that to stay in the field of play as he just whacks himself on the head in frustration, but it's still a good kick. Slows the pace down. Defensive line resets. Keeps the Raiders on their own 10. You could tell he wanted that to stay in the field of play, though, Nathan. Big defense here on the first tackle. Chris driven backwards. Shame for them, says Scaife 97. Hughes is key in that side. He will be back for the finals. And the Raiders come up with the dropped ball. A mistake early in the set. And the Panthers, oh, what a... We've talked about backbreakers already. We've got to move further up. This would be a neck breaker. This would be the knockout punch, I reckon. Sorensen, tackled on the 10. The Raiders, they simply must hold on here. They must. 10 metres out. Yeo to Cleary. Dummies inside. Goes out for Edwards. Tongo looks to tap it on. And it goes into touch. And the Raiders have held on here. The Raiders have held on. Penrith went all or nothing early in the set. $16 points to 6 it remains, but the Raiders still down their own end. What a let-off that was, though. They could have built further into that set, the Panthers. They'll be disappointed with that. 9 minutes gone in the second half. Raiders, it was crucial that they hold on there. Jackson on the TikTok. Ahoy there, mate. Welcome along. Robin, who do I support? I go for the Sharks, unfortunately. If you mean who do I support overall. Yeah, unfortunately, Shark supporter, it's been a miserable existence, except for 2016. And a penalty now to the Raiders. Oh, this is important. Crucial. Midway through the set, Fogarty can thump this into touch now in the Panthers half, and they'll get a full set of 6 now in Panthers territory. Here they come. Surviving down the other end. Can they put some points on themselves? 10 minutes gone in this second half. Jackson on the Captain Morgans tonight, mate. I love me some Captain. Nice strong carry inside the 30. Here come the Raiders. Left side they go for Hudson Young. 20 meters out. Halfway through the set. Starling goes on a dart. Gives it to Big Red. Big Red with the ball playing. Hosking on the crash ball. Can't get through. 2 tackles left. Panthers are short as the Raiders go right. Fogarty looks to grub her through. Deflects off a Panther's foot. 6 more tackles. Starling darts around the ruck looking for space. Edwards clings on and slings him to ground. 10 meters out from the line. Short side, Hosking. Flat-footed. Has to just run back into the ruck area and slow things down. Big Red on the crash ball. Has to stop. From a standing start, tries to go again. Darling takes a couple of steps. He's got Fogarty with a flat pass that is spilt by Hudson Young, I think it was. My apologies to Hudson if it wasn't him. And the Raiders, they're just not pulling it off tonight. Jim Dark, ahoy there, mate. Condolences for my choice of team is cursed. Ah, yes, I know, mate, I know. But I can't give up on them now. I've supported them for so long. I may as well keep going. Leaps, ahoy there, mate. Neonello, ahoy. Liam Martin and McLean always getting tries when I don't put them on my multi. Ain't that the way it always goes? Daniel Anderson, ahoy, mate. Give the Panthers an inch, they take a mile. Emmanuel Vincent says, speaking of Sharks, down to the Sharks' fourth now. Absolutely not. Cleary puts the kick down, and Weeks takes it inside his own 10, winds up, and Weeks brings it back to the 20. 16-6, the Raiders. They're just hanging in. They're hanging around. They're not going away. A try by the Panthers in that last set, that would have been interesting, but they're just hanging in there. John Michael, you love this stream. It's fun and it keeps you happy. That's the way, mate. Cheers for your company each and every game as Hudson Young almost comes up with the drop ball. The Raiders now take it up over halfway. 40 meters out from the Panthers line. Smithies plays it. Back to Fogarty. Puts it high. This is another tester now for Edwards. Although it's To'o who comes forward. And To'o takes it without even having to leap. And high contact now. Penalty goes to the Panthers. Pressure on the neck. And a nice little piggyback upfield. Iced Earth. Iced Earth. Is that Chris from YouTube? Heart me over there on TikTok. Or have I got the wrong person there? But yes, cheers, mates. Very much appreciate the heart me over there on TikTok. Hey, look, I'm doing well. I remembered the name connection across platforms. Panthers fine touch on halfway off the back of that penalty. Here comes Liam Martin now. Already got a try tonight, Liam Martin, of course, when I don't have him in my multi. As somebody else has said, understanding my frustration. Panthers halfway through this set, leading by 10. Cleary, inside ball for Ghana. They're looking way too clinical at the moment, the Panthers. I might have just put the knockers on them, but they look way too clinical at the moment. Short side for Talangi, the goose step. Takes it inside the 10 on the fifth and last down that left edge. Cleary. Crossfield looking for Liam Martin again. Martin and Tungo. It's off Tungo. Martin collects it. He's held up over the line this time. Liam Martin wrestles the ball away and plants it down. But this will go up as no try. And they'll have a look. But Liam Martin's come up with it. Jerry Ken, a Panthers fan, watching your channel all the way from Papua New Guinea. Cheers, Jerry. So the Chasers are on side and Isaac Tungo loses it. A knock on Isaac Tungo in the end goal. Raiders ball. There was no excitement there from the Panthers. John Michael, thank you very much for the super chat. $14.99 over there on the YouTube. Thanks, mate. Very much appreciate it. You're too kind. Too kind, buddy. Brendan Barker, ahoy, mate. How are you traveling? So the Raiders with another let-off. I am Neptune. Do I still have the Discord you've been following since then? Yes, the Discord is still active, but I can't show the games on there anymore because the copyright police got onto us. So it was fun while it lasted, being able to share the game with you all, but yeah, I kind of got a final warning on that. Carpene carries it up to the Panthers 30. Numea Rahim, I hope I said that correctly. Ahoy, mate, welcome along. Fifth and last now for the Raiders. 25 out. Starling goes short side for Fogarty. Puts it high and contestable. Pressure on Jenkins. Jenkins takes it well. And he was surely tackled in the air there, Thomas Jenkins, but they get away with it. The Raiders have gone up a gear here. They've definitely earned my respect tonight, the Raiders. Defensively, they've stepped it up, putting pressure here on the Panthers, keeping themselves in the fight. Vanita Sen, ahoy there, listening from India while on holidays. Ricky Billy, ahoy there, mate. Oh, poor Xavier Savage looking very despondent there on the sideline. As a tough set comes to an end here for the Panthers. 24 metres only they've gained. Cleary gets the kick away. Slightly skews this one off the side of the boot. So it's advantage Raiders here as Jed Stuart runs into Liam Martin. Well, that was a mistake. That's not who you want to run into. Liam Martin's down. Oh, no, he's just staying out of the ruck. It's all good. He was just staying clear of the play of the ball. Hosea XCI, ahoy, mate. Raiders go up over halfway now on play 3. 23 and a half minutes to go. Fogarty drops it off here for Papali'i on the inside. 2 tackles left. They've just gone back to basics, the Raiders, which I think they needed to do. They started to panic. Strange. Sasangi now from a standing start takes on Isaac Tungo. 5th and last. Fogarty again puts it high. Not a lot of distance on this one. Edwards races forward, leaps, loses it. Result here for the Raiders. Numbers out to the right. Weeks uses his pace to get on the outside. Gives it to Timoko. Timoko angles back in. Gets the arms free but can't release the ball. 0 tackle 10 metres out. Dylan Edwards got a little overconfident there. He did not need to do that. Raiders a metre out. That's tackle 1. This is their chance to really get themselves back in this game. Fogarty to Strange. Short ball for Sasangi. Sasangi gets on the outside of Tungo. Puts the fend on and plants it down to score. And it all comes back to that unnecessary mistake from Dylan Edwards. Timmy Sasangi scores. The man who is on the field for Xavier Savage has got the try. Edwards did not need to do that. He went for the big play, the big moment. They were comfortably ahead by 10 points. Completely unnecessary from Dylan Edwards. A complete brain fade. And it's cost his team potentially 6 points. 16 points to 10. Kick to come. An important kick from Jamal Fogarty. I don't want to miss it. But I need to have a quick break. I'll be right back. Oh, Dylan Edwards. He did not need to do that. Now, Jamal Fogarty put the ball high. It was contestable, but it didn't put any pressure on the line. Edwards could have just stood back, waited to make the tackle. He elected to go for the big play, and it's cost his team 4. Is it about to cost his team 6? Fogarty from out wide. About 5 in from touch. Fogarty puts it down the middle. It's 16-12. Edwards has just cost his team 6 points. 21 minutes left to play. And like clockwork, they went to a close-up of Dylan Edwards after that conversion. Dylan Edwards, what a mistake. You expect more from him. He got a little cocky, I suppose, a little overconfident perhaps. Backed himself. Edwards has to go to reserve grade, says Robin. Well, if that's cost them the game, he's cost his team the momentum now. We talk about momentum in rugby league all the time and how it's hard to get back once you lose it. And look at the Raiders now, full of running. Big Papa from the back fence. taken down 10 metres out from his own line. The Raiders, they hung in, they hit back. 15 out in midfield. Is Starling off the field? Who's that in there playing halfback? Owen Paddy's on, I think, for Starling. There you go. Big set defensively here as Big Papa takes tackle 5. 20 minutes to go inside their own 40. Fogarty skews this one off the side of the boot, looking for the 40-20. Jenkins lets it bounce, collects it on his own try line. Jenkins now heads back into contact, a little upright, and they take him down just short of the 20. 16-12 inside the last 20 minutes. Edwards is the decoy, goes out for To'o. To'o driven back in the tackle. Halfway through this set here, the Panthers. Inside their own 40, now Leota carries it up to halfway. Just short. 2 tackles left. Kenny looks short side, goes back infield for Yeo. 5th and last. Just inside the Raiders' half. A long way out here, the Panthers. Cleary down the short side. Goes long with the kick. An easy take of the back for Weeks. And Weeks heads across field. Now he straightens. And Kyo Weeks plays it 15 out in front of his own posts. Does well to keep his hands on the ball there. 19 minutes left to play. 4 minutes left. It's going to be a big moment. Now, Robin in the TikTok chat has asked, is Ethan Strange playing? He is. He's been very quiet tonight. Don't be surprised if he gets involved and breaks this game open with a good, strong carry. I'd be starting to feel very, very nervous now about Ethan Strange's involvement because he's been so quiet all game. Fogarty finds space in behind Edwards. Fogarty is now starting to outkick Nathan Cleary here in the second half. And Edwards brings it back, but the Panthers pinned down inside their own red zone. To'o from a standing start. Cleary onto Jenkins. Jenkins steps away from Big Papa. Cleary onto Talangi. Gives it to McLean. McLean taken down by Timoko on halfway. Cleary dummies inside. Goes back down the short side for Talangi. They're out of ideas here, the Panthers. Yeo back in midfield. Just takes the settler up the middle. Offloads now for Kenny. Mitch Kenny on second phase play. Carries inside the 40. 5th and last. Cleary from a long way out. Puts it high. This is a contestable one. Liam Martin flying through. Pressure on Jet Stuart. Liam Martin knocks it on. It's been scooped up by Ethan Strange. And Strange is in open space. Nathan Cleary makes a big tackle. Oh, well, there he was. Quiet all night. But suddenly he opens them up. Nathan Cleary with a potential try saver. Fogarty now onto Hosking. Numbers to the right here for the Raiders. But Chris has super glue on his hands. Couldn't get the pass away. Hosking up to halfway. Oh, the Raiders, they're well on top here momentum-wise. Obviously still behind on the scoreboard, but all the momentum here with the green machine. 40 metres out in midfield. 2 tackles left. It's on down the short side. Quick play the ball. Hudson Young offloads back in field. Beware the second phase play. Weeks from a standing start, still dangerous. 5th and last. Fogarty. Pressure on from Cleary, but he gets the kick away. Oh, this is a big tester for To'o. What a take, Brian To'o. And he spins away from the kick chase and stands in the tackle before he's put to ground now. 12 out from his own line. Tungo breaks away down the short side, gets the loose pass back in field. Cleary cleans up. A little bit of panic here from the Panthers. They're ahead on the scoreboard, do they realise? But they're not having it all their own way at the moment. Casey McLean up to the 30. Kenny to Talangi. Talangi thought he spotted half a gap, but Hoskin shuts him down with Morgan Smithies. Isaiah Papali'i, dummies, takes it up over halfway. Fifth and last, just inside Raiders territory again. Cleary in midfield are going to go on a run here. Cut out pass. To the left they go. Casey McLean now chips over the top. Easy read at the back there by Sebastian Chris. Running it on the last. A little trick play there from the Panthers. Oh, this is tense. Tense game. Raiders 20 metres out from their own line. Jed Stuart with 15 minutes left to play. And we have still got the Storm versus the Bulldogs coming up on this huge night of NRL action. Crazy night. Fogarty with the cutout pass. Numbers to the left here, but Sazangi steps. Now he flicks the pass up. Intercept by To'o. There's the Raiders' first mistake in a long, long time. They have been so solid ever since they leaked that first try in the second half to Liam Martin. They've been on top, and Sazangi now comes up with the mistake. Here come the Panthers, looking to re-extend that lead. 35 metres out in midfield. They get a 6 again. Talangi inside there for Ghana. That's play one. 14 minutes left. Oh, the Panthers would love a penalty here, I'm sure. Papali'i bumps off one. Offloads back for Kenny. Kenny to Cleary in midfield. Gives it to Edwards. Edwards spins away from Owen Paddy and loses the ball. Oh, Dylan Edwards has suddenly started to have an absolute dead set shocker. They're going to challenge it here, the Panthers. They're claiming that ball was knocked out by Owen Paddy. Dylan Edwards has dropped it cold. They've done a captain's challenge here, claiming that it was knocked out by Owen Paddy. This is a big, big captain's challenge. The Raiders are finishing strong. Edwards fends away from Paddy, spins. Paddy comes back at him, is just making the tackle, and he loses the ball. This is going to be an unsuccessful challenge, and the Raiders will have the ball. Concern on the face from Ivan Cleary. The Raiders are finishing all over the top of them here. That sounded wrong. 20 metres out from their own line, the Raiders will have the scrum. "13 minutes left to play. Sungi off the back of the scrum. 13 and a half to play. And then, of course, we've got Storm Bulldogs coming up. I've still got to get a multi on that game. Slow start to the set here for the Raiders. There's Big Red, Corey Horsburgh. Oh, almost lifted in the tackle there by Mitch Kenny. Every penalty will be worth its weight in gold now as KO Weeks almost on the outside of Talangi, who's contained him well tonight. Horsburgh at first receiver to Fogarty. This is where they've looked dangerous. Strange on the outside of Cleary. Can't bring him to ground. They're 40 metres out now, fifth and last. 40 metres off that set, the Raiders. Fogarty puts a high swirling kick up. Why not pressure Edwards a little more tonight? But it finds Jenkins, and Jenkins takes it well. Milky Jenkins has become the new Mr. Reliable, even though he did drop the ball in the first half with the try line wide open. Jerry Ken says Panthers need to drop Edwards. Too many errors since last week's game with Melbourne, and yet he repeats the same mistakes again. Yeah, there you go. It is. He started off all right. Dylan Edwards was very, very strong to start the game, but he's just got worse and worse as it continues. Isaiah Papali'i up over halfway. And this seems to be as far as the Panthers can get at the moment. Upfield, just inside the Raiders' half. Cleary gets the kick away. Easy take at the back here for Sebastian Chris backing up. And he's tripped up on the 20-meter line. Seb Chris. 12 minutes to go. This game going down to the wide. Jet Stuart loses the ball. It's loose on the ground. Cleary looks to bat it back. Kyo Weeks dives on it. And it's called a knock on against Jet Stuart. The Raiders have come up with a big mistake. They're going to challenge. Captain's challenge here, the Raiders. It was lost by Stuart. He might have managed to bat the ball back, though. So he drags it forward. He then taps it. Well, he's knocked it on. Okay, he's knocked it backwards. So it's going to be play on. He's done well there, Jed Stewart. It then goes through the hands of Simi Sasangi. No touch by the Panthers. So it's play on at this point. Both players are just trying to dive on the loose ball. Play on at this point. Kyo Weeks and Nathan Cleary. Cleary tries to bat it back. Cleary does not get a touch to it. Weeks bats it back. So this is now twice knocked back by the Raiders. So we're playing on at this point. Weeks regains his feet, goes to ground, takes it, and Isaac Tungo makes the tackle. So successful challenge. Successful challenge for the Raiders, and that'll be tackle 2 for them. 11 and a half minutes remaining. 16 points to 12. Dave, 74 AU. This is actually at Mudgee, this game. Glen Willow Oval. And a penalty now for high contact. Oh, they're up. The Raiders are up. A successful captain's challenge. They retained possession. And now it's a high tackle penalty. The Raiders finishing strong. Although Fogarty doesn't make a lot of meters off that touch finder. They'll start the set inside their own 30. Sasangi winds up. 16 points to 12, 11 minutes to play. Next try wins. Next try wins. That's what I reckon. Next try scorer wins this game. Tarpany up to halfway. Can't get the ball free. The Panthers have done well securing the Raiders' offload game tonight. 6 again. Oh, here they come, the Raiders. The Green Machine, well on top here. The Panthers holding on for dear life. Horsburgh, 30 meters out now on tackle 2. Slow play the ball again here as Horsburgh was put on his back. Tarpanay onto Strange. Infield for Sasangi. They're 25 out here, just to the left of the post. The Raiders with 10 minutes left to play. Owen Paddy from dummy half. To Tarpany in midfield. Big Papa from a standing start, driven backwards. Big defense from the Panthers in midfield. Hey, ahoy there, mate. Paddy to Fogarty. Fogarty with a nice flat pass across the face of defense. Read well by the Panthers. They've held them up. Owen Paddy scoots off down the short side. He's held up and driven back into the field of play. And that'll be the handover. Well, he went for the glory there. Owen Paddy. The Panthers have held on, but they're under immense pressure now. Casey McLean, 5 meters out from his own line here on play 1. Jenkins now runs straight over the top of some poor soul. Takes it outside the 10. Edwards, for the love of God, Edwards hold on to the ball. He does. Tackle 3 on their own 20-meter. Cleary's going to come up with a miracle kick here. Leota gets out of the first tackle. 4 tackles gone. Cleary shifts to the right. But To'o angles back in field. Now he goes sideways, looking for half a gap. To'o bumps away from a tackle and takes them up outside the 40. 5th and last. Cleary gets the kick away. Sends it deep. Seb Chris backs up, takes it well. Chris inside his own 20. 9 minutes left to play. Raiders back in possession. Oh, huge defense from Moses Leota. Rocking Timoko in the tackle, but he holds on to the ball importantly. 16-12. 8.5 to play. What a finish we're in for here. Weeks at first receiver. On tackle 4. Still inside their own half here, the Raiders. Fogarty. Short ball for Tapani. Spins. Gives it off to Strange. Strange up for Young. Now Sasangi. Almost on the outside of Tungo again. That's tackle 4. That's the 5th and last, rather. 5th and last. Fogarty. Hughes off the side of the boot. The Panthers have lost it back. McLean. It's dived on by the Raiders, but Casey McLean, or Blaze Talungi rather, manages to get it at the second attempt. Oh, boy. The Panthers making it hard for themselves. Oh, boy, oh, boy. 3 tackles gone already in this set for the Panthers, who are completely gassed here. The Raiders have got all the running, all the momentum, and the Panthers are just barely holding on. Cleary. Back inside to Edwards, who spills it. Oh, Dylan Edwards is having a nightmare here in Mudgee. Dylan Edwards, perhaps the worst game of his entire career. With 7 minutes to go, his team ahead by 4. He drops it on halfway under no pressure. Dear, oh dear. Oh, Dylan Edwards. Normally so reliable. He might have just played himself out of a Kangaroos jumper tonight. Scrum down on halfway. Raiders with 6 minutes 45 left to play. Here's Weeks. Has been well contained by Blaze Talungi tonight. Tackled on halfway. Here's Hosking. The Panthers have shifted to defensive mode here. Can they hold on? And that's all they're doing as the Raiders now explore this left edge. Hudson Young straightens. Halfway through the set, 30 meters out. Fogarty to Horsburgh. Horsburgh heads across field. Leota grabs him around the collar and holds on. Tackle 4 in midfield, 30 out. Raiders full of running still. Short ball for Mariota. Well tackled by Sorensen. 5th and last. Crucial tackle. Fogarty now with the crossfield kick. Targeting Jed Stuart. It's loose in the end goal. And Tapani scores. Oh, they've knocked it on perhaps. Hudson Young, who's also had a nightmare, I think has got a touch on this. Tapane has scored the try. He's planted it down. But I think Hudson Young's lost this. Hudson Young, who has had a Dylan Edwards-like nightmare tonight. Isaac Tungo more than entitled to go back here and contest for the ball. It's missed. Brian To'o's missed it completely. To'o has looked. Oh, no, it's brushed his finger, but it's gone backwards. It's backwards off To'o into the hand of Jed Stuart. And then hits Stuart on the hip. So we're playing on at this point. Now Hudson Young. The try line is wide open here for Hudson Young, and he loses it. Hudson Young. Oh. Hudson Young with the dropped ball. Unbelievable. So 16-12, a penalty has gone to the Raiders, though. No try. Penalty goes to the Raiders for some reason. I thought that Isaac Tungo was entitled to back up with his eyes on the ball. But it's gone penalty to the Raiders. 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes 40. Canberra with a full set, 10 meters out. Obstructing the kick chase is the call. I really did think Isaac Tongo was entitled to back up into the contestable area like that, but apparently not. Hudson Young trying to make amends. 5 meters out here on play one. Owen Paddy across the face of post to Tarpany. Tarpany held up in the three-man tackle. Tackle 2. 5.5 to go. Inside the red zone. Paddy goes out the back for Fogarty. Ethan Strange on the wraparound. Ethan Strange scores. Ethan Strange gets the match winner. Just like I said, he's been so quiet tonight. He'll break the game open. Ethan Strange does just that. Ethan Strange has had a quiet night. He steps up in the key moment. And we're all locked up. Fogarty will kick this from here, surely. Beats the tackle of Sorensen. $16 apiece. Kick to come. 4 minutes left to play. Panthers looking out on their feet. They've just had too much defense. Try confirmed. 16 all. Jeff Brooker. Yes. We have still got the Storm versus the Bulldogs to come up. Four minutes left to play. Do the Panthers go short with the restart and try and get the ball back? Fogarty. 15 in from touch. Taking it back to the 20-meter line. What a massive, massive kick this is. Fogarty moves in. He strikes it off to the left. He's missed it. Fogarty with the worst kick of his career. Leaves it at 16 apiece. I can't believe he's missed it. 3 minutes 46 to go. 16 all. The Panthers just holding on. Fogarty, one of the best kickers in the game, has pushed it off to the left. 16 all. Panthers to get us back underway. They'll definitely go long now. I thought if Fogarty... Oh. Penalty to the Raiders on halfway. A penalty has gone to the Raiders on halfway. They were offside at the kickoff. Moses Leota is offside at the kickoff, and it's a penalty Raiders on the halfway line. Crazy stuff here. Fogarty now puts it into touch, 30 out from the Panthers line. 16 all with 3 minutes left to play, and they can set themselves up a drop goal here if they want to. Moses Leota. Well, he was the villain against the Storm. He's become the villain again here tonight. 2 minutes 50 left to play. The Panthers might not even get a shot. Fogarty, short ball to Smithies, I believe it is there. 15 meters out. Fogarty in midfield to Horsburgh. They are just setting up the field goal here with 2.5 to play. 10 meters out, just to the left of the posts. When do they... Oh, they're staying down. Big red Corey Horsburgh clutching at an ankle. He's trying to milk a crusher or something, perhaps. Moses Leota's third man in here, diving at the legs. 2.5 minutes to play. Fogarty is sitting back in the pocket. Big Red, you've got to play the ball, mate. He was confused there. 10 meters out. 2.5 to go. Paddy. as the referee comes in and says, we'll just slow things down here. They've got to go for the field goal here, this set. Off they go. Fogarty is the decoy. It goes back for Kyo Weeks. Weeks snaps it, and he hooks it off to the left. It was touched by the Panthers, I believe. A deflection off the Panthers, but it's gone off to the left of posts. Two minutes left. They used Fogarty as the decoy, and they've gone back for Kyo Weeks. Dylan Edwards leaps to put the charge down on, and he hasn't touched it. It might have just grazed his ear. It might have brushed his head, if anything. Here's a nice close-up of it. Edwards leaping through the air. No conclusive evidence to say that it's touched. On-field decision remains. Weeks has missed the drop goal. Challenge inconclusive. 2 minutes left to play. Cleary taps. The Panthers, though, have got 2 minutes to go all the way upfield. Zero tackle, and it's a slow play, the ball. Here's the Leota. He's got a lot to make up for. 2 minutes left. They can get to the end of set here, the Panthers, and maybe have a shot. Smith almost breaks the line. 5 short of halfway. Kenny to Yeo. Yeo takes it into Raiders territory. They drive him back. Big defense from Big Red. Halfway through the set. Edwards down the short side. Stands in the tackle. They're 40 meters out. 2 tackles left. Smith straightens back in towards the play of the ball. There's still a minute and a half to go here. Is it too early to give up a 7-tackle set? Cleary waits for it. From 45 out, right in front, he's missed it. It goes under the posts. And a 7-tackle set incoming. He didn't have the height. He might not have had the direction. I feel like it might have been a little early to give away a 7-tackle set. I mean, I realize there's only a minute to go, but geez. A 7-tackle set, the Raiders can milk this whole minute and get themselves in position. They'll get the last shot anyway. Here's Weeks. Weeks up to the 40. They drive him back. A huge 3-man tackle. Massive 3-man tackle from the Panthers. 50 seconds left of regulation time. They go the shift for Ethan Strange. Strange from a standing start. Just outside his own 40. Halfway through this set. Owen Paddy onto Tuppeny. Tuppeny bends the line. Nobody to throw the pass to. They're in range here with 2 tackles left. Hudson Young up to the 30. Flick pass out the back to nobody. And Brian To'o picks it up. Hudson Young spills the ball. There will be a captain's challenge because they've got one left. Well, actually, oh yeah, they do. It was inconclusive the last time. Hudson Young just needed to hold on to the ball. Why is he offloading in this situation? Hudson Young. Isaac Tungo's there. He flicks it out the back, the no-looker. And it's off the hand of Isaac Tungo. It has touched the arm of Isaac Tungo. Maybe. Oh, geez, that's inconclusive. Okay, apparently not, according to the bunker. Apparently it's pretty clear that it's touched Isaac Tungo. And then it's been knocked on by Ethan Strange. Oh, no, hasn't touched Ethan Strange. Play on at this point. It's going to be another successful challenge here as Brian To'o picks it up. Challenge is successful. It's a knock-on against Isaac Tungo. There's going to be 20 seconds left. Scrum down for the Raiders. 30 meters out in midfield. 20 seconds to go, and they've got to be careful here. No scrum penalty because they will need to get up quick here, the Panthers. Strange with the feed. The Raiders look like they're going to go a run here. They're going to run it for one play. It does look like they're going to go on one run. And they break left. Here's Tarpanay. Sets it up now. This is it. 15 seconds left. This is the last play of regulation time. It goes to Fogarty. Fogarty from 25 out snaps it and hooks it off to the left. Golden point incoming. 16 all. Golden point incoming. Fogarty's missed it. Oh, boy. Golden point incoming. Oh, does anyone else need a pee break? Golden point inbound. There's still 4 seconds left to play. Cleary taps it and takes the tackle. That is the end of regulation time. 16 all. We are going to golden point. Panthers, Raiders. Panthers have somehow held on here. $16 apiece. Oh, boy. And the night's not even over yet. We've still got the Storm Bulldogs to come. I'll be right back. Oh, boy. This has been crazy. All right, I've got to get a bet on the next game as well. This one is going to golden point. 16 apiece. I've got to get myself a wager on the next game. Chase Swain, ahoy there, mate, over on the TikTok. Let's see. Storm Bulldogs coming up. Let's go. Same game multi. I'll go for my usuals. Xavier Coates, Eli Katoa, wherever he is. There he is, Eli Katoa, Marcelo Montoya, and let's see who's in a combo. Player A or B to score a try. What combo options have we got here? So, Golden Point, the Raiders will be kicking off to start the Golden Point period. Kickow, Preston, I kind of want it switched. Nick Meaney, Kickow. That'll do. I'm kind of out of time, aren't I? I'm running out of time to get one on for that game. There we go. Storm Bulldogs. Golden Point about to commence. 16 apiece. Raiders with the kickoff. Raiders get us back underway. The kickoff goes deep for Talangi. And Lindsay Smith, I believe it is there, winding up from the back fence. Get some post-contact meters. Sorensen outside the 20. Cleary, out the back to Edwards. Here's Tungo on the shift. Puts the fend on Sasungi. But Jed Stuart jams in and takes him down. Martin at first receiver. Just runs it straight. Just outside the 30 here on play 4. It's hard going here for the Panthers. Papali'i, that's better. Oh, he slips into contact there on the 40-meter line. Fifth and last, Cleary needs a big kick here from inside the 40. Puts it straight down the middle of the field. And backing up to take it on the full is Seb Chris. Seb Chris runs it back to the 20. And Casey McLean and Milky Jenkins there to greet him. The Raiders taking the ball on the full. And they're in good field position here. Some good go forward from Timoko on carry 2. Weeks. Still inside the 40. Halfway through the set. Paddy catches them napping from marker. Takes it outside the 40. 2 tackles left here for the Raiders. Tarpany straight up the middle. Offloads. Back for Paddy. Paddy to Big Red. Big Red told to just go straight. And that's the 5th and last, just over halfway. Beware of the leg pull there, Isaiah Papali'i. 5th and last. Fogarty puts this one high. Edwards backing up. Miscommunication. The Panthers let it bounce. And Edwards gets it. Bends away from the kick chase and surrenders 15 metres out. Penalty goes to the Panthers for high contact. Big moment in Golden Point right there. Miscommunication at the back. Neither Edwards or Jenkins wanted any piece of that high ball. Cleary finds touch on the 30. Here's Sorensen. They should have a chance at the back end of this set, the Panthers, in Golden Point 1. Smith up over halfway. Storm versus Bulldogs coming up after this. The night is not done. Yeo to Cleary as they head right. Now Martin angles back in field. 40 metres out on play 3. They've still got some metres to make up field. Isaah Yeo. 30 out on play 4. When do they go, the Panthers? When? Lindsay Smith. 20 out in midfield. This is it. This is the moment. They go back for Cleary. From 35 out right in front, Nathan Cleary hits the upright and it bounces back into the field of play, and they've cleared the contact on Jed Stuart. Ethan Strange is now in open space. Strange versus Edwards. Edwards gets fended away from. Jenkins coming across. Ethan Strange heads for the corner. He's got Weeks on the inside, and Kyo Weeks scores the match winner. They've gone the length of the field, the Raiders, to win the game. Nathan Cleary from 35 metres out right in front hits the upright, bounces back into the field of play, and the Raiders have gone the length of the field. $20 points to 16. They have won. Ethan Strange again. I said it earlier. Ethan Strange has been quiet tonight. Be worried, Panthers supporters. Be very worried. Somebody in the chat questioned that and said, Ethan Strange has been quiet tonight, so you're worried about him. Makes sense. And there he is, winning the game. He was single-handedly responsible to send it into Golden Point in the first place. And now he has won the match for them. Oh, boy. Ethan Strange sets it up. Just had to get that last pass away. Oh, what a finish. TikTok, we're going to stay live. But YouTube, Twitch, I'll be right back. YouTube, you will get automatically carried over to the Storm Bulldogs game, which I now have to race to set up for. 20 points to 16. The Raiders in Golden Point.